In this week's video, we're going to take a deep dive into a really useful tool for managing keyword placement and information in your content. It's called the inverted pyramid and is commonly used in journalism, but also applies to all online writing. So, what is the inverted pyramid? Essentially, it's a framework you can use to shape the flow of your news article, blog, or podcast. As you can see, it's quite literally a pyramid flipped on its head. And what this represents is where you want to be putting your most important information. Now, you're probably wondering two things. Why do we need to use this? And how do I know what my most important information is? That's what we're going to cover in this video. So let's jump in and take a closer look at what makes this tool so effective. When people read online, they tend to skim information and lose interest over time. Studies have shown this using eye-tracking software and heat maps to show where website visitors focus their attention. As you can see, we typically see readers paying more attention at the beginning of an article, but they quickly lose focus. Those who don't click away to read something else are skimming to get to the end, and this creates that F shape. Armed with this information, we can organise our writing in a way that presents readers with the key details first. This is crucial when you're trying to sell a product or drive traffic to an offer, promotion, or landing page. You only have a limited time to hook the reader, so make sure they're seeing the most important information right away. So what is the most important information? Before you write any of the modules in your AMP, you want to think about your ideal reader, your target audience. What are their pain points? What are they looking for? What do they want? And most importantly, how do you solve those issues? Using these questions, you can come up with a list of keywords that represents your products or services in the most effective way. Keep in mind that what your customers want might change from product to product or service to service. If you're an e-commerce store advertising adjustable LED desk strip lights, for example, it's more important to focus on key features like how they're powered, what they're useful for, like reading and writing, and how they attach to the desk, rather than shipping details or the fact that you're a family-run company. So where do we want to put the most important keywords? A good way of thinking about this in relation to AMP writing is that you can apply a score to your keywords, an order of preference, if you will. The keywords with the most importance should always be used in the headline and the opening two paragraphs that sandwich your main URL. As you get further down the page, the score becomes less important and you can start to freely use your other keywords. Let's take a look at a couple of case studies. Here we've got a plumbing company ranking second in their area for clogged drains. That's pretty big because if you live in Germantown and you've got a clogged drain, this is clearly something you're going to be searching for. So how has this been achieved? Let's dive into the content to take a look. Notice how the headline and the opening paragraph do a really good job of front-loading the MVP keywords here. The article covers a lot of ground with practical search terms that will appeal to the target audience. As we move further down, we can find out more about the technicalities of the service and the company itself, but these aren't as crucial as what the services actually are. Now, with pest control, it's again crucial to place emphasis on the location, but also the specifics of the service. Listing specific insects like mosquitoes or those pesky ticks is big because that's what people are actually searching for. Then again, moving down the news article, we can spend time on some of the other services the company offers, for example. This is the tail end of the F shape that we looked at earlier. Again, this has resulted in strong results for the company. When you search for mosquito treatment in the area, they're number 2 as well. So that's the inverted pyramid in a nutshell. You want to spend some time thinking about the key focus points of your product or service and strategically use those keywords so the audience sees them when they're at their most focused. Not only will you rank higher, but you'll generate more click-through traffic. Give it a try and see how you get on.